honour for my son, for Australian food and for the entire world.
It was a day when the media was specially invited, a huge event with the new Crocaseum packed with people. The event was about proud parents showing off their new baby at the start of a new year and introducing him to a way of life that he will lead as part of the world's best-known wildlife family.
He's a good boy. He's a dinosaur.
This is a feeding demonstration that Steve has done 1,000 times before. Safety procedures are all in place, and the scene is set for an event that will rock the Irwins' lives forever.
Hey, Jerry! Now let's see if little Bob can feed. Watch his eye, watch his feet, Bob. Watch him. Here he comes, Bobby. And walk. Good boy, Bob.
Anyone who's given birth these days understands that when the baby's in the womb, they are absorbing information. When your child is born, they know your voice, they know your smell. I mean, my little baby Bob, he can smell his mum across the room, 30 feet away. That's my mum, and he'll respond by crying, "I want breast milk." I mean, it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. As we get further and further down the scientific and technological track of understanding, you know, what happens in the womb, what happens when you're a baby, pretty soon you understand they are a clean sponge and they're constantly absorbing information. Interestingly enough, in that if you wait until your child is like 4 or 5 years of age and then you try to teach them about crocs, nightmares, horror, frightened, scared, these are the things that happen. You've got to start when they're little tiny pink things, otherwise they can't handle it. They cry, the fear factor is just immense and they can't get over it.
The question came up, when do you introduce a child to the arena of wildlife? Well, that is a very good question. You tell me. Should Robert be 2 months old, 2 years old, 12 years old? Do I wait until he crawls in with a crocodile because he doesn't know any better and then say, gee, I wish I'd taught him about that? Do I wait until a child pulls a pot of boiling water down on them before I teach them about a hot stove? Or do I take them in the kitchen?
It was never intended as a publicity stunt. The fact that it blew out of the water is due to the fact that one camera had an angle that made it look sensational, and that captured the world's media attention.
If those people making those comments had been there at the time, they would have realised that was certainly not the case. I think everybody got caught up with the baptising of baby Bob and the speech that Stephen made, and it had certainly nothing to do with a media stunt.
Steve was taught about crocodiles by his parents in the same way that he is destined to teach his son.
The media have been really good to us and good for us in spreading the conservation message and telling people what we're trying to get through. And often on a moment's notice, we'll call up the paper and say, oh, this is a really important story. We've got to get the message through. You know, snakes aren't evil. This is what's going on, that we're doing a crocodile rescue. They've been really great and continue to be very good and very much on side.
Steve and Terry gave their first interview on the controversial topic here first with Australia's most respected talk show host, Andrew Denton.
Australia's first family of fauna, Steve and Terry Irwin. Good. What's he like to live with?
He's just exactly what you'd imagine. Full on.
Yeah?
Absolutely full on. Everything is amazing to Steve. He's just so enthusiastic about everything. But you know what I appreciate about Steve is he's never changed. His ethics have never wavered. The wildlife comes first no matter what. It's
In what
amazing.
ways are you two different?
Oh, I'm good looking.
Beyond the surface.
I'm high as a kite, mate. I'm flat out like a lizard drinking all the time. You know, I have trouble just sitting here. Whereas Terry's very calming, really quite stable. She's like a big old chunk, not a big old, but a chunk of concrete. You know, really good, very solid and very stable and very neutral, very Switzerland. Whereas I'm just flat out.
Well, let's talk about the incident that was probably a setback towards the end of last year, the Baby Bob incident. There was an extraordinary reaction around the world. I think the New York Post headline was "Steve Irwin, Australian for Stupid." It was just one of the many.
That was a good one. My favorite was Crocky Horror Picture Show.
Every expert in the world has been all over us, you know. As you know, as the media's just been right there and very focused. And they meet Benji and they're like, crikey, you know, she's the most well-rounded, crop-savvy child on the face of the earth. How's this? We're in Lakefield
There's
National...
not a big field of crop-savvy kids, but yeah.
You know, and it's all about where we live and what I do. If my children aren't croc-savvy, then I'm a bad parent.
Were you surprised at the reaction?
Oh,
Totally
broadsided. You know, it was the big family day, and then, bang, we just got struck. A devastating blow, which we've got to beat on it now, but, you know, we're forging ahead, and really sorry that we scared anyone, but, you know, we are kind of like the Addams family.
Was it the first time you felt unloved?
No, heck no. Oh, God, no, mate. You know what it's like, crikey. You want to be asleep. Mate, have a look at any celebrity. It's all about going up and coming down, mate. It's about the peaks and it's about the troughs. This is a really big, heavy trough. I mean, you know, the only thing worse than that is having a family member taken from me. That was really bad. But, you know, you have your peaks. And I was riding, mate, I was surfing up there, you know, right up there for so long. You're going to take a fall. I took a fall, and we're just about halfway back up. We're getting back up.
For Baby Bob.
Thank you. His first khaki.
And his first